He's got another bug up his nose.
No. He's telling me he wants me to attack the tanks.
Is that good, taking advice from a horse?
Well, we quoted you 50 different ways, calling your opponent a weasel.
But this is Snubb Country. Where are all the regular news people? Hi, welcome to Comedy Parenting Radio, the only show that drives beef jerky on Windows screens. Today we're going to be doing a radio theater entitled Senator Snubb's Election Night Results. We'll be right back.
Speak up, because you can. Your mind is a powerful tool, and so is your freedom of speech. So use it. It's what separates you from being a number to being an individual. Thoughts, beliefs, opinions, creativity. It's what makes you, you. Stand proud and say it loud. Know your rights. Know your freedom to speak. This message is brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters, Education Foundation, and the Broadcast Education Association.
This is Crazy Russian Dad, and you're listening to Comedy Parenting Radio. Go do your homework.
We need a banjo picker in the White House. Someone to pick the harmony. We need a banjo picker in the White House. Maybe someone here vote for me.
Well, team, here it is, election night. The polls are closing in 4 hours, and this one's already in the bag.
Congratulations, Senator Snubb. Your opponent is probably rehearsing his loser speech right now.
How do you do it, Senator Snubb?
I've been in office since my dad bought me the seat 45 years ago. I know every trick in the book. For example, marketing. Give us a rundown on our marketing, Peterson.
Yes, sir. Our war chest has started out with $17 million. We quickly grew that to $158 million.
How did I do that?
You began targeting special interest groups like Natives United for Anacondas in the Workplace. Well, whenever people came out to oppose the group, we'd find a celebrity spokesperson to go on a TV show and say, what is with these people? Do they have something against anacondas? Not only did we use anti-anaconda shaming, we followed up with a quick donation drive so people could prove that they didn't hate anacondas.
Excellent, excellent. Oh, shh. Here comes the first results on TV from the election.
I'm standing outside the polling place in downtown Dimwit. Senator Snubb is currently leading his opponent by 59 percentage points. He's captured 80% of the vote. You can see by all of the signs and placards behind me that we are deep in the heart of Snubb Country.
I paid those folks good money to hold those signs behind the camera.
Isn't it illegal to campaign that close to a polling place, Senator?
Of course it is, but this is Snubb Country. I've got the media, police chief, and county judge in my back pocket.
You mean you bribed them?
No, blackmail. It's better, cheaper, and faster than bribes. Tell us about my brochure campaign, Peterson.
Well, sir, you outspent your opponent 50-1 on junk mail brochure ads.
We didn't actually put what we're in favor of on the brochures, did we?
Oh, no, sir. They were entirely mud-slinging ads.
Good, good. What did I say?
Well, we quoted you 50 different ways, calling your opponent a weasel, that and pointing out that he's opposed to anacondas.
Excellent. How'd the distribution go?
Not only did we mail them out, we dropped leaflets from airplanes in several key cities. It was sort of a carpet bombing of Snubb brochures.
From a Cessna?
A B-17.
Quiet, here's another election update.
I'm standing outside of the polling place in downtown Dimwit. Senator Snubb's lead has increased from 59 to 63 percentage points. The crowd behind me is very enthusiastic. It's almost like they were being paid $49.50 per hour to be here.
So, Senator, you're getting 83% of all the votes, and your opponent's only getting 17%.
Do you expect anything less?
Well, not so early in the returns.
Senator Snubb, I never saw you actually shake anyone's hand out on the campaign trail.
Of course not. People don't wash their hands before they go to a rally. You could catch a cold from them.
So how did we connect with the public? Excuse me, how did you connect with the public?
Kissing babies. Kissed them every time a camera was pointed my way. It's all part of my 3-point election strategy. Babies, brochures, and blackmail.
Are you a failure as a parent or grandparent? Do your little ones cry for no apparent reason?
Do you have lots of money?
If you answered yes to these or any other invasive questions, we have good news for you. Treesock Press was named after a cat.
A very cute cat.
Treesock Press printed a book. That book is available in nearly indestructible hardback form and is printed with non-toxic ink so your little dinosaur can virtually eat the book. If this all seems too good to be true, you can go buy a cheap Disney book that's printed in China. Books printed in China aren't as good for teething toddlers as ones printed in Wisconsin.
What's the name of our book?
Dad the Tooth Fairy Didn't Come. This book is funnier than a root canal on a sinking ship.
I didn't know ships had teeth.
Order your copies of Dad the Tooth Fairy Didn't Come from Amazon today. Or tomorrow if you're on the international date line.
Comedy Parenting Radio in the little cubicle. Very dangerous.
Oh, look, they're cutting back to the polling place already.
I'm standing outside the polling place in downtown Dimwit. The polls are still open for another 3.5 hours, but with a 67 percentage point lead and 89% of registered voters already casting their ballots, we're going to call the election a super landslide in favor of Senator Snubb. There's absolutely no way he could possibly lose the election at this point.
We interrupt this broadcast to bring you the following news.
What do you mean the camera's cut to me?
That red light means you're on the air.
We never had that little red light on the cameras back in our Oklahoma studio. The producer just said, start talking.
Who is this doofus on TV? I never blackmailed him before. Did we blackmail this guy yet?
No, sir. He must have been brought into the TV studio from out of state.
Where are all the regular news people?
They're back behind you eating celebration hors d'oeuvres and wearing party hats.
This is Cletus Johnson for Channel 5,
The Traveling Corn Cob.
News. I've been asked to stand in for the regular news staff as they're already over at Senator Snubb's victory party and cotillion, eating caviar and wearing party hats. This just in. Hundreds of babies in our state have come down with colds. The epidemic is so bad that the Center for Disease Control has taken up the matter. Here is a quote from Dr. Emmett Beige of the Center for Disease Control.
Our team of specialists have interviewed every pediatrician in the state. It turns out that every case of catching a cold can be traced back to one person, Senator Snubb.
Oh, good grief. That's ridiculous. I just gave him a peck on the cheek. Sometimes I only blew him a kiss.
Oh, this just in. Senator Snubb's opponent is tweeting that an obscure state law allows voters to go back to polling places and change their votes before 7 p.m. on Election Day.
Yeah, right. Like anybody's gonna do that. After all I've done for them over the years.
I'm standing outside the polling place in downtown Dimwit. Suddenly, the line to vote has gotten long enough to come out the door. Sir, didn't I already see you vote earlier today?
Yes, but I just found out that under the old state law, we can go back and change our votes before 7 p.m. My baby's had a cold for 2.5 months, and it's Senator Snubb's fault. Same goes for a dozen other parents I know.
This is silly. What's a few parents changing their votes gonna do?
It's okay, boss. You're still way, way out there in the lead. They'll never catch up to your crushing numbers.
I'm standing outside the polling place in downtown Dimwit. Senator Snubb's lead has slipped by 7 percentage points.
There you go, Senator. You're doing just fine.
This just in. The environmental group CACCBOCB, that stands for Citizens Against Campaigning Carpet Bombing of Campaign Brochures, is filing a $52 trillion class action lawsuit against Senator Snubb. Here is the president of the group.
Senator Snubb's brochures floated across state lines and polluted our lakes, streams, schools, and zoos. One anaconda in our zoo even ate a brochure, choked on it, and died. We're suing the living tar out of Senator Snubb to set an example and show people that you can't carpet bomb brochures willy-nilly.
How did that go wrong, Peterson?
Oh, come on. We looked at the outdated weather forecast before we bombed. We thought the winds were going to be calm, but it turns out there was a tornado in the area.
We should have used a Cessna. Tornadoes ground Cessnas.
I'm standing outside the polling place in downtown Dimwit. The revote line is now around the city block, and Senator Snubb's lead has dropped to 5 percentage points.
This race is getting tight, boss.
Good news, Senator. All of the polling places are empty, and they're closing in 1 minute.
Are we ahead?
Yes, we are.
By how much?
1 vote.
They'll never catch us now.
I'm standing outside the polling place in downtown Dimwit. The polls are closing in 1 minute. It looks like Senator Snubb will win this election by 1 vote. Wait! What's that I see? It's a man running toward me with an anaconda wrapped around his neck. He can hardly breathe. I think it's choking him to death.
Whew, I made it. Is it too late to vote?
No, you've got 45 seconds left. But isn't that anaconda choking you to death?
No, I ran all the way across town because this bus driver wouldn't let me on board with my pet snake. I heard about the anaconda choking on the brochure and decided to come back and change my vote. Senator Snubb is no friend of snakes.
And there you have it, folks. It looks like this election will be a tie. Wait, there's a man in a shirt and a tie headed my way. It's City Councilman Schmidt. How are you, Councilman?
Out of my way. I've only got 20 seconds to change my vote.
Why are you changing it?
Senator Snubb tried blackmailing me. He said on TV, I hate anacondas. Little does he know, I've been the #1 donor to the World Anaconda Preservation League for 10 years in a row. Now, out of my way, I need to change my vote.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
No, sir. He must have been brought into the TV. Blip, 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 snip.
Well, you began targeting special interest groups like natives. You began targeting special interest groups like Natives United for anacondas?
Yeah.
Baby's had a cold for 2.5 days. 2.5 months, okay? Yeah, I'm gonna lose my voice. Yes, but I just found out that under the old state law, we can go back. Yes, but I just found out that under the old state law, we can go back and change our votes before 7 a.m.
7 a.m.
I'm gonna lose my voice.
And in other news, Senator Snubb's 45-year career has been ended last night due to anaconda hate.